Hello, ladies and gentlemen, children of God. It is yet another day where we continue with our journey reading through the Bible. Our resolve is to read through the Bible in 365 days. This is a journey we started on TikTok a few months ago. This is day 67. This is day 67 of this journey. If you're watching me on YouTube, this should be your episode 100. If you want to know why we have that difference, please, it is well explained in my previous episode, so I don't want to go into that because I don't want it to drag on and on and on. So today we will be reading Numbers 31, Numbers 32, two chapters, and we are still on the journey with the children of Israel in the wilderness. We are practically at the tail end of the journey in the wilderness, because right now we are in the preparation into getting into the promised land. And so that is generally what we are doing. Moses is doing some housekeeping. He has already appointed Joshua as his replacement, and he has put in him on the succession road so that the people may start acclimatizing themselves acclimatizing themselves to the idea that Joshua is the one that will lead them into the promised land. Remember, the Lord had told Moses some 40 years ago now that any of them that was 20 years and above, that came out of Egypt and was 20 years and above, none of them will get into the promised land except for Joshua and Caleb. And so God has kept his promise. We did a census the other day. The first census, we got the numbers. The second census, we got the numbers. And we discovered that in the second census, we had lost only 1,000. These people, God is great. God is great. God is very wise. The wisdom of God supersedes any human understanding, because imagine out of all that, even if so many people died in the wilderness, still the number did not change as much. There's a very deep revelation right there, but I do not want to go into it right now. But for the Bible students, you can get a very big sermon out of that. So today we'll be reading Numbers 31 and Numbers 32. The disclaimer still stands, ladies and gentlemen. This will not be a short video, and this also is not meant for entertainment. Thank you for those who are following. Thank you for those who are subscribing. Thank you for those who have made this their place where they learn, or where they go through the journey with us through the Bible. If you are listening to it, as I keep saying, this is not just for 2026, because this video has no expiry date. So if you're watching this even long after we are done with it, because we are doing it in 2026 and a little bit of 2027, but if you come later, if you come in 2028, if you come in 2030, if you come in 2060, 2050, if you come in 2800, or long after Pastor Nesh is gone, may God bless you so much, and may this be a blessing to you. Numbers 31 verse 1, the Bible says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. And of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall he send to war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas and the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpet to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, and as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi or Evi, and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, 5 kings of the Midian. Balaam also, the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. Do you remember Balaam? Balaam that had called, had been called by Balak to come and curse the children of Israel. Now we are told of his death. He was slew in this day. Anyway, verse 9 says that, and the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods, and they burnt all their cities wherewith they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts, and they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp of the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. Now, the reason why you are being reminded that they are in other shores of Jordan is that after this, all they need to do is to cross Jordan and get into Canaan. Okay? So verse 13 says, and Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the manner of Peor, and there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that had known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by laying with him, keep alive for yourselves. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days. Whosoever hath killed any person, and whosoever hath touched any slain, purify both yourself and your captives on the third day and on the 7th day, and purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, this is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver and brass and iron and tin and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with water of separation, and all that abideth not the fire, ye shall make go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and ye shall be clean, and afterwards ye shall come into the camp. Now, this is one of the things that the atheists, speak against the children of Israel, or the God of Israel, Jehovah. They say that he supported genocide, killing of young women, killing of women and children and all that. But as we can see, that is not true. The children were spared, more so young girls were spared, and the reason why these are being killed is because it is them that Balaam advised to sleep with the children of Israel, so that now God may be angry against them, so that the wall of protection that God had around the children of Israel was, destroyed, and the enemy was able to get in using a plague to destroy them. So this was actually revenge. And so any woman that had had carnal knowledge of man was killed. But the soldiers that had gone to war only killed men. The men of war, they only killed the men and spared the women. I think the Canaanite women were very beautiful. So, but on bringing them to Moses, Moses says, no, kill every woman that has known man, by sleeping with him. Verse 25, the Bible says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken both of man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts between them that took the war upon them who went out to battle, and between all the congregation, and levy a tribute unto the Lord of the men of war which went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and of the beeves and of the asses and of the sheep. Take it of the half and give it to Eleazar the priest for an heave offering of the Lord. Verse 30 says, and the children of Israel's half, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the persons of the beeves and of the asses and of the flocks of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites which keep the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses, and the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000 and 70,000 5,000 sheep, and 12,000 beeves, and 1,000 asses, and 35 says, and 2,000 persons in all, of women that had not known man by laying with him. So out of all the people, those that were saved were that of men, of human beings. The women was 32,000 people, 32,000 women. Verse 36 says, and half which was the portion of them that went out to war was in number 300,007, and 30,000 and 500 sheep. And the Lord's tribute of the sheep was 615, and the beeves were 36,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 312, and the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 301. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. Were 16,000, 40. Let me read 40 again. I think I've misread. It says, and the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. Now, verse 41 says, and Moses gave the tribute, which was the Lord's heave offering, unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 42, and of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred. Verse 43, now the half that pertained unto the congregation was 300,000, and 30,000, and 7,500 sheep, and 6,000 beeves, and 30,000 asses, and 500 and 16,000 persons. Verse 47, even of the children of Israel's half, Moses took 1 portion of 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them to the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord, and as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers which were over thousands of the host, and captains of the thousands, and captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses, and they said unto Moses, thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war which are under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us. Do you understand what that means? This means that they went to war. War has what they call, I'm looking for the word. Damages. But that's not the word that I was looking for. Casualties. That's the word I was looking for. Wars have casualties. But imagine, these men went to war, and none of them died in war. They came back the same number that they went. Is that amazing? Is that not amazing? Verse 50 says, We have therefore brought an oblation of the Lord, what every man had gotten of jewels of gold, chains and bracelets and rings, earrings and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels, and all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Lord of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds was 16,750 shekels. Verse 53, for the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. Verse 54, which is the last verse of Numbers 31, says, and Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of the thousands and of the hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of the congregation for a memorial for the children of Israel before the Lord. Numbers 32 verse 1, the Bible says, Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle, the children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and unto Eleazar the priest and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, at Ataroth and Dibon and Jazel and Nimrah and Heshbon and Eliele and Shebam and Nebo and beyond, even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and unto the children of Reuben, shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord hath given them. Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up unto the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Lord had given them. And the Lord's anger was kindled the same time, and he swore, saying, surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Lord. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all these people. Now, they have not yet gotten into Canaan, because they are at the shores of River Jordan. They are at the banks of River Jordan. So after this, all they need is to cross over and get into Canaan. But there are these two tribes, Reuben and Gad, that looked, just like Lot had done during the days of Abraham. He looked and saw that the land they were in, or they had conquered right now after the battle that we have just read of in Numbers 31, that the land was good for their cattle, and they decided, we are not going over to Canaan. We want to be left here. You just go over, you go to the promise that God. And Moses is angry, and Moses reminds them of that this is the same sin that has made the children of Israel stay in the wilderness for 40 good years. And so he's now counseling them and telling them this is not right. Okay, because if you do this, you will discourage the other 10 tribes. They will see as if there is no need to go over. Let's hear what happens. Verse 16, and they came near unto him and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our cattle and cities for our little ones, but we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance, for we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side of Jordan eastward. And Moses said unto them, if you will do this thing, if you will go armed before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord until he had driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. And so they reach a compromise eventually. The tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, they tell Moses that we are not saying that we will not go to war, because Moses was saying that, we must war for the Lord as a unit. So you cannot break off the two of you, the two tribes, and say, now you stay here while the rest go and fight the battles over the river Jordan. And so they come and say, okay, what we will do is that we will go to war. We will escort the children of Israel over Jordan and fight with them until they have conquered. Then we'll come back to this land. And Moses tells them, well and good. That is a good compromise. Verse 23, but if you will not do so, behold, you have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build you cities on this for your little ones, and fold for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, and our flocks, and our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war before the Lord to battle, as my Lord said. So concerning them, Moses commanded Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, if the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed for battle before the Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, then you shall give them the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possession among you in the land of Canaan. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, as the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. Verse 32 says, we will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side of Jordan may be ours. Verse 33, and Moses gave unto them, even unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, and unto half of the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land and the cities thereof, in the coast, even the cities of the country round about. And the children of Gad built Dibon and Ataroth and Aroer and Atroth, Shophan and Jaziel and Gogbeha. Verse 36, and Beth-Nimrah and Beth-Haram, fenced cities and forts for sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon and Elealeh and Kirjathaim and Nebo and Baal-Meon, their names being changed, and Shibma, and gave other names unto the cities which they built. Verse 39 says, and the children of Machil, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorites which was in it. And Moses gave Gilead unto Machir and the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jair the son of Manasseh went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Havithoth, Havoth Jair. And verse 42, which is the last verse of Numbers 32, and our last verse for today says, and Noba went and took Kenath and the villages thereof, and called it Noba, after his own name. The children of Israel have started taking over Canaan, even if they have not crossed over the River Jordan. And so the journey continues. Now we'll finish it at that, and let's join up tomorrow as we continue with the journey. So let me leave it at that and say, until you hear again from me tomorrow, may God bless you, may God keep you, may God lift you higher than I am. Until tomorrow, shalom, and keep the faith.